Hello, Helena. It's Emily McVeigh, Executive Director of the United Way of the Lewis and Clark area. We're here for this week's United Way Partner Spotlight with Aware, and Kenner is stepping in to cover all things Aware.
Yes. Hello.
So you do PACT, but you're going to talk about all the Aware things today.
Yes, I am.
So tell us, what's the mission of Aware?
So the mission is to ultimately help people live independent lives. However, we provide community-based mental health and behavioral health services through early Head Start, residential, and community care treatment services. So the goal really is to help people live, work, and go to school in our community.
And you guys are statewide.
Yes.
You do lots and lots of different things. How many people do you guys serve statewide and in the Helena community specifically?
Yeah, so statewide we have about 800 clients, and within the fiscal year of 2022, just Lewis and Clark County served about 550 people.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
you guys are big here in Helena.
Yes, big. And then we have services in all 56 counties.
Oh nice.
Yeah. So there's
That's a lot.
There's a lot out there, absolutely.
So your focus, so the thing you know most about that Aware does is the PACT teams. What does
Yes.
PACT stand for, so people can get started with that?
So PACT stands for Program for Assertive Community Treatment. The three main things that we focus on are housing, community engagement, and social integration. And basic needs. I mean, well, to us, those three things are basic needs. So, making sure that, of course, they have a roof over their head, but then, having some social interaction with people in the community, and also just knowing what their resources are out there. So.
All right. Tell us in a little more detail, what does PACT do? It's been around a long time. It's kind of morphed and changed, and it always, of course, has to ebb and flow with what the state tells you it does.
Right, and there's changes, what seems to be often lately.
Yeah.
But we have a full team of 11 staff right now. There is a client to staff ratio. Right now we are currently serving about 60 clients. We have therapists, psychiatrists, case managers, an LAC, nurses, that all have caseloads that help clients case by case on what their needs may be. We receive referrals from all over the community, whether that's a different agency or just someone stopping in. But there's really no guidelines as to what we can and cannot do. We have individuals that just like to go to the lake. So it's really awesome that we can just drive out to the lake, especially during the summertime. But it's basically just meeting them where they're at and keeping them out of the state hospital. We like to look at it as a hospital without walls. So that's the goal, is to keep them at the community level so that they don't have to go to a higher level of care.
But you help them make sure they get their meds.
Right, yes.
Or get to therapy.
Absolutely.
Making sure they're housed. We just got off that call with Jen, the staff person over there, helping them get housed or stay housed.
Yep. So
it's a challenge.
Yes, especially in our community right now. But yes, we provide transportation. Medications are usually delivered weekly. However, we do have some individuals that get medications monthly because they're at that level now. So that's super great. We also have there's actually 3 tiers of PACT, but Aware currently just has 2 available, which is the PACT level and then the community maintenance program level. The community maintenance we consider it a step down. We don't have to make as many contacts. At the PACT level, we have to make at minimum 3 contacts a week. With the community maintenance program, we only have to make 4 contacts within a month. And so the community maintenance level is they're more independent, more self-sufficient, mainly just need case management services. So.
Yeah, that's important.
Yes.
There's a lot of resources out there, and I don't think people understand how to even get access to a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And making a lot of phone calls gets really frustrating. So.
Right, especially having to call agencies that have 20 different, options you have to click when making a phone call. So, yes, that assistance is always needed.
Yeah. So if somebody is interested in being a part of Aware Services, how would they go about connecting?
They can most certainly contact our direct line, which is 563-8117, or we take referrals from all different agencies as well as self-referrals. I mean, you could even just walk into the office and sign up that day. So it's very, very easy. We start with what we call intake paperwork, and then from there, just get the process going and hopefully can get them into the program. We do have a criteria that we do have to go through the state, which is you have to have an SDMI diagnosis. That's severe disabling mental illness.
We love our acronyms.
Yeah. So with that, we do have that barrier, but usually it's pretty easy going. So you can get people in usually pretty quickly, or try to at least.
And if a person doesn't meet the criteria for the PAC team, there's lots of other services that Aware provides that they could potentially enter into the other services.
And that's the great thing about our community maintenance program is we don't have to go through that prior auth process. So we can just go straight into the community maintenance program, and we have a year basically to show that they are appropriate for the PACT level. If not, we refer either to other outpatient services, or hopefully there's something within Aware that can meet that client's need. So,
great. Yeah. So what ways can the community support Aware and the PAC team?
Well, Aware is nonprofit, so we are always open to any kind of donation, even if it's just something very small. If you would like to donate, there is a website for that. And then the PAC team itself, we are always open for donations such as, clothing, food, furniture if we have people moving into homes. But there's not really a set things that we accept, so we're always open to anything.
Like we're always trading beds and dressers and
yes,
things.
Absolutely, yes.
We're like, somebody wants to give away a bed, and I think the community's really good about those kinds of things. Do you guys ever need like art supplies or things like that for clients that are interested in?
Yes, absolutely.
That seems to be a popular thing.
Yeah, and we do provide an art group weekly, so that's a great example, yes.
Yeah. So how can people learn more about Aware?
The best way is to visit our website. There on the website you will learn about all services and everything that we provide. There's many of them. Or you can just call our main line and they will direct you to the service that is applicable to you.
And I know when we were just on the call for housing earlier, Jen said, just stop by the office.
Yeah.
And if you get there early enough, you might even get an appointment that day.
Right.
So where is the office that somebody might swing into to get connected?
We're in the Steamboat Building, which is located at 616 Helena Avenue on the second floor. And we're very welcoming. Like Jen said, you just come on in and say hello and we'll get the ball rolling for you. And then actually on the third floor of the same building is Kid Services for Aware. So, but all adult services you'll find on the second floor with us.
Okay.
So,
yeah, easy to find, kind of in the network of all the things downtown.
Yeah, it's actually a great location for our clients just because God's Love is right down the road. We have our place across the parking lot, and then Pier View across the other street. So it's actually a really great location.
Yeah, easy to get to. Everything else is nearby.
Yeah, it's all walking distance for most of our clients. So yeah,
great. Well, we have a couple minutes left. I know if you go to the website, there's a lot of great success stories on there. Do you have any that you can tell right off the top of your head?
Yeah, actually, I actually got asked the same question earlier today, and the one cool thing about this week is we currently have 2 clients staying at a hotel on 189 funds, and they will both be housed by the end of this week. So they each got their first own apartments, and it's a really big deal. So it's exciting for them and for us because we are meeting that basic need now at this point. So
yeah,
especially
in Helena with housing being so short in supply.
Right. Absolutely. Our team has great connections in the community for that sort of thing. So, it worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 189 funds are for people that are coming out of the state hospital?
Yes, or any other crisis facility. I mean, that could be the behavioral health unit, or I'm trying to think of the other place, Hope House, that's in like Bozeman or Butte. So those places, yeah. And that's a great service for us, actually, because when we do get referrals from Montana State Hospital, they can just discharge straight to us, and we can put them in a hotel right away. So there's no days in between where they're just, mingling the streets. So that's
Or get lost on the
right.
streets.
Yeah. So it's actually makes for a really awesome handoff with
Right.
people. So
Yeah, it gives that transition time to find the housing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And they work with us. We've had people in a hotel for 11 months before, and they continue to fund their hotel room, which is super awesome. So
Yeah, we're very excited that your case managers there have figured out how to use those funds, because for a while there we didn't have anybody that knew how to access that, and they weren't using them very well. So we were kind of just losing track of people.
yeah. Well, I'm
You
glad
guys are doing
that.
an amazing job with
Thank
that.
you.
So we're very excited
Thank
about
you.
the usage of those funds, because for a while there everybody was like 189 what?
Right.
So it's very good when we go, there's a really usable thing out there and we need to make use of it, and then it just magically happens.
Right.
It seems like that on our end.
Yeah. Well, and I've learned that there's other agencies using it now, which is awesome. It's extremely helpful.
Yep.
So it's a great resource to use.
Yeah, it's been really great to watch when all of a sudden we figure out there's something out there we could be using, and everybody just steps up and does it.
Right.
And, and helps each other learn. That's the great part about Helena. It's like, oh yeah, we know how to use that, and then all the other case managers just kind of teach each other and
Right.
and walk each other through the process. So, yeah. Any other things to share about AWARE or PAC team?
No, not that I can
Got a
think
good
of.
good coverage there. Yeah, you guys do a lot. We've had the early childhood or the early Head Start folks on.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, we have AWARE on from time to time to cover all the bases.
There's so much that goes into it. So
Yeah, we don't have any group homes in Helena.
not in
So
Helena, no.
we don't have that piece
Yeah.
to cover here, but
Hopefully someday.
yeah, we're a little short on group homes in Helena right now, so that would not hurt us to bring that on.
No, and from my understanding, group homes are very difficult all over the state of Montana right
Yeah,
now.
we lost a
So-
lot during COVID and the
Yeah.
Medicaid funding
Right.
change. So
Right.
yeah,
So-
that was a challenge. Yep.
Hopefully something that could be implemented at a future date.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Not that we want to send kids to group homes, but sometimes it's the only option and
Right.
the best and most safe option, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah. We try to keep,
So-
like you said, community level care is the best and what you try to do, but
Right.
sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So yeah, and AWARE does a great job. I've had kids in my other world go to AWARE group homes and do very well, and we've always appreciated all the work AWARE does.
Yeah. Well,
on
thank
all
you.
the many levels.
Yeah.
So
I've heard kid services are great. So
Kenner's like, I'm in the adult world.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not my cup of tea, but I've heard nothing but good things. So
Yeah.
that's
We've
good.
always had really good luck.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of kids in the Butte programs, and thankfully that's close. We could just zip down there,
Right.
see the kids. And they love it that they have a pizza ranch there.
Yeah.
But yeah, if no other, tell us again where to find you guys, website or phone number, and we'll get some
Yeah,
off.
the best website to use is www.aware-inc.org or call 406-563-8117.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us
Yeah,
today.
thank you.
All right. Thank you, Helena. We'll see you again next week.